to all my wonderful champions out there. Let me see if I'm audible, if I'm visible. Okay, cool. So let's just wait for some time and see who all wants to score full and full in biology. So today I'm going to start off with the chapter Control and Coordination, and this is going to be the first live in this channel. Well, those of you who are very new to this particular channel, let me tell you, it's a sister channel of another big channel out there. We thought we should be doing something really good for class 10th graders out there, since your board examinations are kind of really close. So as I said, we'll wait for some time before I begin, and if at all you are here and if at all you are seeing my screen, have you attempted this particular question which was there in the community post? Well, it's a very fun question. You should definitely do so. And my dear children, please make sure every single day a question would be posted. You try to solve it, because this can be a previous year question, and in that way you are low-key practicing the previous year questions as well. So 3 people are out there. Let's see. Okay, so over here in the community post, the question was, I promise that I will be solving it over here, which is why I'm reading it out. Which of the following is a correct combination of function and the part of the brain? So you have to see what is the part of the brain correctly said, and also is its function correctly being labeled. So posture and balance. Posture and balance, it is cerebrum. Salivation, it is medulla in the midbrain. Hunger, it is pons in the hindbrain. And blood pressure, it is medulla in the hindbrain. Any super great champions out there who can actually give me the answer for this question? So usually everyone thinks that everything is the correct answer, so I got an answer like everything is correct. But is that so? There has to be some crazy answer out there. So if at all you are not able to solve this, let me go ahead and explain you over here. You know what? This is a sample question paper of this year, that is 2025-26, which is why you need to know the answer for this question. And these concepts are repeated most often. So over here, the question says, which of the following is a correct combination of function and the part of the brain? Posture and balance. Is it cerebrum? No, ma'am. What I have studied is that it is cerebellum. Okay, it is cerebellum. And how do you remember it? Listen, over here you have 2L and the L looks very straight. So for posture, we need what? We need cerebellum. Going ahead, salivation, medulla in the midbrain. The answer, until medulla is fine. Medulla is actually responsible for all the involuntary function, such as breathing, such as salivation. Okay, such as a heartbeat, everything out there. But do you think medulla is in the midbrain? I don't think so. Medulla is a part of your hindbrain, which is why this is wrong. And most of the children do the mistakes over here. So all the 6 champions who are low-key watching this video and not trying to attempt its correct time to attempt, listen, I am not that scary old teacher that you have been scared of, okay? So please make sure you type your answers over here. If at all it's wrong, I'll correct you. If at all it's right, it's kudos. Anyway, it is kudos. So all of you watching this video, before I give you the answer for this question, please give me the answer for this question. Okay, so hunger is related to pons in the hindbrain. Do you think so? No. Hunger is a physiological thing, and everything that is physiological, whether it's hunger, whether it's thirst, or whether it's you feeling sleepy, it's all related to one very important part of the brain, which is known as hypothalamus. And hypothalamus is a part of your forebrain. So pons is also wrong answer. So we conclude with the last statement, which is D, which says that blood pressure is controlled by medulla in the hindbrain. Is that correct? Is it actually correct? The answer is yes. So blood, okay, just a second. I have answered it wrong over here. The correct answer for this question is this. Blood pressure is controlled by the medulla, which is a part of your hindbrain. Everything involuntary, remember. Everything involuntary is being controlled by the medulla guy. Okay, now we are going ahead with the next question. Remember, these are all from sample question paper of this particular year. So try it out. Now question number 2 says, the blood glucose level in a patient was very high. It may be due to inadequate secretion of what? So a patient came, okay, Ravi came. Ravi is the patient. And when the BP was checked, the blood pressure was checked, it was found, sorry, not the BP, the blood sugar level was checked. The blood sugar level was checked. It was found that it is very high. That means the sugar over here is too much in the blood. What do you call sugar? Basically, in general, it is actually glucose, my dear children. So the level of glucose was high. Why do you think it was like that? There was some inadequate secretion of some very important gland. Anyone who is watching this video, who is super awesome, can give me the answer for this very important question. Listen, you get theoretical, okay. Sneha Jaiswal is here. Hi dear. And Sneha is saying D. Oh my God. Kudos to you, Sneha. The answer is actually correct. It's insulin secreted by the pancreas. So I want to see more children like Sneha right over there. So pancreas, my dear children, over here, it releases insulin. It's a hormone. And you know what insulin does? Insulin is the good cop over there. It grabs all the glucose, it takes in all the glucose and converts it into glycogen. It converts it into glycogen, and the glycogen is stored in the liver. So whenever we need energy, this glycogen is later broken down. So as of now, we do not need it. So this has to be stored. Who does it? It is insulin. When insulin is not secreted that much, what will happen? The level of glucose will increase way too much. So your answer for this question is D. Okay, superb, Sneha. Let's go ahead with the next question. So this is how the pancreas look. Okay, any guesses on what is that something that will break the glycogen back into glucose? You guys who are watching this video, if you know the answer, you can tell me that also. Can you tell me the name of the hormone which basically breaks down the glycogen back into glucose when we need energy? You can tell me that, and I'll go ahead with the next question. Okay, Tushar, teacher, I love you. I would love you too if at all you are very consistent with all the answers and give your best. Okay, so the next question that I have is the plant part or the parts having greater concentration of cytokinin is or are. This is a previous year question that came in the year 2024-25. So plant part or parts having greater concentration of cytokinin is. Do you know what is cytokinin? Any idea? What is cytokinin? It's a hormone, a plant hormone. Shreya is saying okay. You are actually correct, Shreya. Okay, anyways. So this is a plant hormone over here. And this plant hormone, my dear children, is responsible for cytokinin means cell division. Cyto means cell and kinin means division. So this is for cell division. A very big hello, Aditya. So I see a lot of people coming up over here and giving the answer. I'm super proud of you. So where do you think cell division is needed the most? There only this level of cytokinin will also be the most, right? So it can be either fruits, it can be leaves, it can be fruits and seeds and leaves. What do you think is the answer for this question? Now you guys have to try. I'll sit here and wait for you. Sorry, I'll stand here and I will wait for you. Any guesses? What is the answer for this question? I told you cytokinin is what? Responsible for cell division. Where do you think cell division is needed the most? Remember, this came the previous year. We need to know the answer for this because these type of concepts can be repeated this year as well. So can we take the risk of not knowing the answer? We cannot. Chalo. All my dear children, Sneha, Tushar, Aditya and okay, Sneha is here. Sneha says the answer is C. Oh my God. Aditya says it's A. Okay. Any other options? Anyone to challenge both Sneha and Aditya right there? Since there is no one to challenge as of now, I think everyone is in a building up stage. Okay. We'll go with this option. No, Sahit is not there to challenge. Okay, fine. So the answer for this question is actually C, which Sneha said. Aditya, it's totally fine. It happens in life. Okay, we study like this. Why fruits and seeds? Because, my dear children, when a fruit is being formed, lot of cells has to be divided to increase its structure. Same thing goes with the seed. Inside the seed, what is there? Inside the seed, the baby plant is there, right? It also has to divide. So, which is why the cytokinin will be most found in your fruits and seeds. Okay, so your answer for this question would be C. Not D, not A, not B, because nowhere else you need high amount of cell division. I hope this is clear. If it is clear, can you give me a thumbs up? Can you give me a thumbs up right over here saying that, yes, ma'am, it's clear, all clear, I can go to the next question. Now I see people are coming in and answering. Super proud of everyone, okay? So as I said, don't be worried if at all you give wrong answers as well. This is how we learn. You know, when we do mistakes, we learn better. So shall I move ahead? Can I have a thumbs up? Tushar, it's control and coordination. Okay. I see so many people who are excited for the next question because no one is giving me. Okay, yes ma'am, clear. Thank you so much, Sahiti. Okay, fine. The plant hormone whose concentration stimulates the cells to grow longer on the side of the shoot, which is away from the light, is. Any idea? This question is twisted for you. If at all it is twisted, I'll make it easy. So they are asking you, there is a plant hormone, okay, whose concentration, suppose this is the plant hormone, okay, and this is the sun. This is the sun. So sun is falling on this side of the plant, A side, and there is B side also, which is on the shade. They are asking you, there's a plant hormone whose concentration stimulates the cell to grow longer on the side of the shoot, which is away from the light. That means these guys, the hormones right over here, they move on this side where light is not there. And when they are over here, they are going to increase the cell's length. Okay, it leads to cell elongation only on one side. What do you think this particular hormone is? So Sneha is there saying the answer is D, and Sahit is also saying it's auxins. You guys are absolutely correct. So it is auxin. So auxin basically moves to this side, and when it moves to this side, you know what happens? The normal cell's shape is like this, but over here they get elongated. So auxin is responsible for cell elongation. Now you think on one side you have small cells, on one side you have large cells or elongated cells. Obviously this part of the plant will move that side. There will be a curve coming such that the sun will be there on both these sides. That is the basic rule. So your answer for this question is what? Auxins. Sneha and Sahiti Om, you guys are rocking. So over here I have actually a video of it as well. I do not know if I can play it. Let's see. Yes. So over here you see, for those of you who do not know, so you have auxins, you call it IAA. Light is on this side, all the auxin will be moving on this side, and when it stays over here, it causes a miraculous thing, that is what? Cell elongation. So these were the normal cells. Now since auxins were way too much over here, you're gonna see one thing. Water is going to enter the cell because of the auxins, and my dear children, come on, come on, come on. What happens? The cell gets elongated, which is why there will be bending towards the sun side. I hope you like the video as well. I hope this helps you in remembering things a lot better. Now going ahead with the next question, question number 5. Observe the given figure A and B. When Chui Mui sensitive plant is touched, its leaves fold. This is due to. So usually Chui Mui or touch me not plant, or you also call this as Mimosa pudica, is like this. But when you touch it, it goes like this. It closes up. Why do you think this happens? Is it because of hormones? Is it because of thermal effect, change in the amount of water in the cells, or electromagnetic effects? So physics, chemistry, biology, everything is there in this particular question. You just have to give me answer straight away. What is the answer? Come on. So Tushar, Sahiti, Sneha, all of you guys who are watching this video, and for all those children who are just listening to the video and seeing what others are answering, please give your best over here. Try to answer by yourselves. You will love it, I'm telling you. any idea what is the answer for this question? Or I'll go ahead. It's easy, very easy question. So basically, I think I shall go ahead. Okay, I'll go ahead. Over here, my dear children, always remember, the leaf that you see, no, it has a small structure like this at the bottom. You know what do you call this? You call this as pulvinus. Okay, you call this as pulvinus. And the pulvinus which is there, okay, Sneha has given me the answer. She says it's B, okay, fine. Let's see if it is actually B or not. So pulvinus which is there, it is also made up of so many cells. And usually what happens, the plant cells which are there, no, they have big vacuoles which is filled with water. Okay, which is usually filled with water. Now the moment I touch it, okay, the moment I touch it, what exactly happens is that in the plants there are some chemicals being released. Okay, there are some chemicals being released, and that chemical says to the cell that whatever water you have, please move it outside. So whatever water is there, it moves outside. Now when the water goes, all the cells becomes like this, they become shrunken. And when they are in the shrunken stage, what will happen? Automatically, the leaves which were like this, they will all droop down. So it's because the water is lost. So your answer for this question would be change in the amount of water in the cells. Now this question actually comes in the form of theory question as well. There you have to use this very important term which is known as turgor pressure. So when water is there, it exerts a pressure on the walls, which is why the cell remains like this. This pressure is known as turgor pressure. So if at all in your option, the option was change in the turgor pressure, then also the answer would be correct. Why did I tell you about this? Because in your question paper that can come, because it comes in the theory questions. Okay, this is clear? I hope this is clear. Shall we move ahead with the next question out there? Children, shall we move ahead with the next question? So I hope we are done with this. Listen, before I go ahead with the next question, I want to tell you one thing. If at all it's only one person speaking, this class would be literally boring for the teacher. Now you think you were talking alone, what do you feel? You feel bad, right? You do not feel that energetic. But the moment you guys step in, okay, and tell the answers, it's super good. Hi Adi. Okay, fine. So we go ahead with this question. Question number 6 says, which among the following is not a neural action controlled by the part of the human brain labeled X in the figure above? So over here, you have been labeled with some part X. This part of the brain has been labeled X. Now you are saying, you are being asked that which is that something that is not done by this X particular thing, the part of your brain. First of all, you need to understand what is X over here. So when you see the options, you get to understand what is X over here. So X has to be the medulla. It is the medulla. Now we know medulla is the one responsible for all the involuntary thing, okay, such as heartbeat, such as your blood pressure, salivation, everything which is involuntary is controlled by the medulla, including your blood pressure, right? So which one among them is not something that is involuntary over here? Or basically it's not something that fits in exactly with medulla. Salivation fits in, vomiting fits in, it's involuntary, it comes in like that, okay? Blood pressure fits in. What about hunger? Hunger, even though it's involuntary, sometimes we also think about that, okay, voluntarily also we think that, okay, we are hungry, we eat. Right, but there is another part of the brain which is actually responsible for causing hunger, thirst, everything, and that part of the brain is known as hypothalamus. I'll always tell you, easy way of remembering, H for hypothalamus and H for hunger. Okay, so your answer for this question, yes Neha, kudos to you. Your answer for this question would become B. Cool? And this medulla part, no, always, most of the times medulla cerebellum, it's always repeated. So make sure you have an extra consideration for both of these things. And those of you who are watching this video and who have not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do so. Okay. Now over here, this is your hypothalamus. Great, Sneha. Chalo. Next question, question number 7 that we have over here. The plant hormones promoting rapid cell division in seeds and wilting of leaves respectively are. Any guesses on this? you are being asked about two plant hormones. The one is responsible for what? Cell division in seeds. Ma'am, I already know it. We discussed about it right away in the previous question, right? Which was the hormone responsible for cell division? Any guesses? There's a hormone responsible for cell division, and it's super easy. What do you call cell as? You also call that as cyto. What do you call division as? You also call this as kinesis. So, the hormone responsible for cell division will be what? It will be cytokinin. It will be cytokinin. Now, wilting of leaves. What do you mean by wilting of leaves? We saw that usually what happens whenever the plant does not have enough water, things like that. The leaves, my dear children, once they are like this, they move down. Okay, they seem all dull. They seem all dull. So that is known as wilting of leaves. Okay, it's because some water is being lost. It's the same thing that happened with Mimosa pudica, no? Here, because there is scarcity of water, the water is being lost somehow, and which is why, because probably there is too much temperature outside, the stomata was open for so long, transpiration happened, water is lost, and now the leaves are wilted. Well, this happens because of another thing or another hormone which you call as abscisic acid, ABA. Abscisic acid. Sneha, you were absolutely correct. So your answer for this question would be what? Cytokinins as well as abscisic acid. Always remember, abscisic acid is known as a stress hormone. Do you know why do leaves wilt? When they move down, basically they do not have much surface area for more transpiration or more water loss to happen. So it's like they're saving themselves. So that is why it is known as a stress hormone. So it will be active during stress. Fine. So the answer for this question is B. I hope everyone got it. And Sneha is leading the leaderboard out there. There is no one to challenge her, is what I believe. But if at all there is someone, please put down your answers right over here in the comment sections. Okay. Now question number 8. In a nerve cell, the site where the electrical impulse is converted into a chemical signal is known as. What do you call this as? In a nerve cell, the electrical impulse which is there, it is converted into chemical signal. What do you mean by that? Basically, my dear children, if at all you have seen a neuron, at the tip of it, okay, at the tip of the neuron, certain chemicals are released, and now these chemicals go and act on the another neuron which is right there, on the dendrites on the another neuron. So this is the chemical signal. So electrical impulses came, and then they are converted to chemical signals. You are being asked, what do you call this site as? Any guesses of what do you call this site as? So it can be either a neuron and a next neuron, or sometimes it can be a muscle as well. This particular next neuron would not be there, rather directly the neuron would be sending the signal to a muscle. So here there can be a muscle, or probably there can be a gland. So the neuron is saying the gland that you have to release some very important thing. What is your answer for this question? Sneha says the answer is A. Okay, can we rethink? Can we try once more and see? Listen, I'm telling you again. In a nerve cell, the site where the electrical impulse is converted to chemical signal is known as. So we all know it's happening over here at the end, right? At the end. So this region is known as axon terminals. This is the axon. This is the axon terminals. And over here, either you have a next neuron, or you can have muscle cell, or you can have gland cell, right? So if at all, just imagine, if at all it was another neuron, then you will call this just space as synapse. If at all it was another neuron being mentioned, you can just call this space as synapse, but synapse is not there in the option. It cannot be axon because axon is over here. It cannot be dendrites because dendrites is a part of the next neuron. Can it be cell body? No, cell body is right over here. This part of the neuron, my dear children, is known as the cell body. So that can also be not there. But if you see neuromuscular junction, that can happen. Why? Yes, Neha, now you're correct. Absolutely great. I love that attitude when someone tries. Okay, even though they get things wrong at first go, they try and make it work. So it will be neuromuscular junction between a neuron and the next muscle out there. So this is a site where electrical impulse get converted to chemical signal. If at all another neuron, if at all you had an option of synapse, please go with that. Okay, since you do not have this, you have to go with the C option. Now, can you imagine these type of questions actually came for your board? So this is not a joke, we have to consider it. Okay, so this is a muscle and that is how things work. Now going ahead with the 9th question out there, again a PYQ from the year 2023 and 24. The correct sequence of events when someone's hand touches a hot object unconsciously. So whenever you touch a hot object unconsciously, what do? You move away your hand. Is there someone who says that no, I'll keep my hand over there? No. We all unconsciously move away our hand. This is known as reflex action. Okay, it is known as reflex action. It's for our survival. Okay, now you are being asked what is the correct sequence, what all things actually happens over here in a reflex action. Well, the path it follows, it is known as a reflex arc. So when I used to teach offline, at that particular time children used to be the most excited for this particular topic because it's way too easy, and also you can relate it. Most of us has burned our hands like that, have done a lot of things, right? So Naveen is there, and Naveen says the answer is C for this question. Okay, and that's a new person, which is why thanks a lot for answering. And now let's see if Naveen is correct over here or not. So Naveen C, chalo, let's see. So first of all, my dear children, you have neurons. I hope you know we all have neurons at the tips right there. Okay, now these neurons would be having some receptors. There are some receptors over here on the tips of the neurons, and what do you call these neurons as? You call these neurons as what? Sensory neurons. Okay, Siddhaya is also there. Okay, cool. I see the gang. So C is the answer for this question, is what Siddhaya also says. Let's see. So receptors is a part of what? Sensory neuron. Now the sensory neuron takes the signal and goes to what? Goes to the main guy out there, which you call as the spinal cord. Can it go to the brain? No. If you go to the brain will think, should I move my hand or not? So as of now, the signal has to be fast, which is why it goes to the spinal cord. In the spinal cord, you have another neuron, which you call as relay neuron. The relay neuron transmits the signals from sensory neuron to the next type of neuron, which you call as motor neuron. And the motor neuron takes this signal to the effector organ, which has to do the effect. So over here, what is the effector organ? It will be the muscle. It will be the muscle. So over here, it will be the effector organ, and that's how we do the response. Hi Sneha. Now 2 Snehas are there. Oh my god, crazy. So okay, now Sneha Jaiswal says the answer for this question is C. Yes. So over here, the one that fits in is receptors in skin, then sensory neuron, then relay neuron, then motor neuron, then effector muscle in the arm. So your answer for this question would be this. So Naveen, Siddhaya, Sneha, all of you are absolutely correct. And my dear children, if at all you're liking this live, click on the like button, and also please subscribe to the channel. And my dear children, today at 7 p.m. you will get a 2, 3, 5 marker questions of this chapter which have been coming repeatedly. Watch that as well. So do you know what is the other name of sensory neuron? It is also known as efferent neuron. A like okay, A for it is bringing in something, so that is why efferent neuron. And motor neuron is also known as efferent, E for exit, okay, or E for effector organ, you can remember like that. So it is efferent neuron. These type of things can also come in. Chalo, next question is what? Next question is 10th question. Again a previous year question. Sense organ in which olfactory receptors are present is what? Sense organ in which olfactory receptors are present. Nose, skin, tongue, inner ear. Tanu Yadav, ma'am, class kab tak chalega? Thus our question, there are only 10 more questions and we will finish up the class. Now the next 10 questions are all going to be competency based questions. Those are not previous year questions. So until now I was solving the previous year questions. The next set of questions are going to be competitive. Okay? Means competency based. So over here I have Sneha and Naveen saying the answer for this question is A. Is it so? Is it actually nose? Anyone to say that no, it's wrong, there is some other answer for this question? Sneha Bharangar is also saying A, so which is why I have to lock A. Now there is an easy way to remember this, I'll tell you. So when we put oil, mustard oil, coconut oil, anything, we get that smell, no? We get the smell. So over here, olfactory, you can remember like oil. Okay, we can remember like oil, and basically we get the smell of oil, which is, and how do we smell usually? We smell usually by nose. So your answer for this question would be A. Yes, Tanu Yadav, you are also absolutely correct. You need to know what are the names of the other receptors right over here. We are going to solve questions related to that as well. Okay, chalo. Are we ready for the competency based question? Give me a thumbs up if at all we are ready for the next phase of questions, which are competency based questions, which are going to be there from this year onwards. If at all we are ready, give me a thumbs up right away. Then only I'll move forward. Come on, come on, come on. Now since I am seeing your Josh, Sahiti, Sneha Bharangar, Tanu Yadav, Naveen, okay, Siddhaya, all of you, give me a thumbs up and let's move ahead. Yes, yeah, I'm correct. Yes, awesome. Chalo. Thank you, Sneha. Thank you, Siddhaya. Okay, perfect. So, now we have, okay, Sneha Bharangar is also there. Okay, we have the first competency based question, and it goes like this. In a synapse, chemical signal is transmitted from. I am ready. Okay, chalo, let's see. In a synapse, chemical signal is transmitted from. What do you mean by synapse? So there is one neuron over here and there is another neuron over here. The space between two neurons is known as synapse. As in, basically suppose here neuron is there, it has the axon terminals. Okay, here the neuron is there, it has its axon terminals, and now again you have another neuron. This space will be known as synapse. Harsh is there. Hi, Harsh. Okay, so in a synapse, chemical signal is transmitted from, chalo, give me the answer. Sneha Jaiswal said A. From dendrite of one neuron to the axonal end of another neuron. From dendrite of one neuron to the axonal end of another neuron. Okay, think. Is it A? Is it actually A? Guys. Think. I think there is a different answer for this question. If at all you know the structure, of neuron, this question becomes easy. So listen, this tip is known as dendrite. Okay, over here, this is known as dendrite. This is known as, what do you call, the cell body. This is known as the cell body. This is known as the axon. This is known as the axon terminals. And again, this will be known as what? The dendrites. Where are the chemicals stored, my dear children? Chemicals are stored over here at the tip of the axon terminals. And here you are asked, in the synapse, chemical signal is transmitted from. Here, the chemical signal is going to be transmitted from. Everyone is saying A. Can't it be this? Axonal end of one neuron to the dendrite of another neuron. So axonal end of one neuron to the what? To the dendrites of another neuron. So your answer would be D, not A. Here you are asked specifically about the synapse. You're not talking about the entire neuron. You're talking about the synapse. From here to here, what is happening is being asked. So axonal end of one neuron to the dendrite of another neuron. So your answer for this question is D. Okay. Yes, Naveen. Yes, Siddhaya. Those of you who got it wrong, actually most of us got it wrong, but it's totally fine. It happens. Okay. I hope now you understood the question and next time you will be more careful. Cool. Let's go ahead. Naveen, I'm correct. Yes, you are absolutely correct. All of you guys are rocking. Those of you are answering. Those of you are, what do you call, giving the wrong answers also. Why? Because I see you all as learners. You are learning from wrong to right. Now, we'll go ahead with the next question. Question number 12. Now, over here, I have mentioned competency-based 4. What do you mean by that? So, basically, I have taken these questions from a book. Okay, and that book looks like this. This is the book that I have taken the questions from. This is made by Deeksha Vedantu itself, my dear children. So it's a self-production. If at all you think you need it, you can take it. The link we can provide it to you, but only if you need it, you can tell us in the comment section of this particular video. Okay, if at all you do not need it, it's totally fine. If you need it, put it down in the comment section of the video. Okay, so I've charged the questions also. Suppose you see this video later on, probably you're trying these questions when you have the book, then it will be really helpful for you guys. Cool. Chalo. So, which statement is wrong? Sudden action in response to something in environment is called reflex action. Sudden action in the environment to something is known as reflex action. Do you think it's correct? It's correct. Next option. The path through which signals are transmitted from receptors to muscle is called reflex arc. The signals we studied in the reflex arc, right? From the the receptors to the entire effector organ, that is the muscle. Okay, that has been written over here. It is known as reflex arc. That is also correct. So Sneha Jaiswal says the answer for this question is B. Okay. Did I do something wrong? Let's see. Okay. Naveen says the answer for this question is D. Okay. So I see people over here trying out the answer. So now motor neurons carry signal from the spinal cord to the effector organs. Do motor neurons carry like that? They carry signal from the spinal cord to the effector organs. That is also correct, right? Now Rohit is also there, and Sneha Bharangar is also there, saying the answer is D. Cool. Now D option says sensory neurons carry impulse from the effector to the receptors. Is that correct? Is that correct? Does it carry impulses from effector to receptors? No. It has nothing to do with effectors. So this would be the wrong statement. So over here we saw the signal. Please always remember, you have the receptors over here. These receptors are of sensory neuron. Sensory neuron comes before the spinal cord, SS. You can remember like that, okay? Sensory neuron, then the spinal cord. In the spinal cord, you have a relay neuron. You also call that interneuron. And then you have motor neuron affecting the effector cells. The effector, that is the, that is the muscle out there. So that is how we need to remember. So this is the statement that is wrong, okay? Dark King, hi dear. Okay, so Rohit, Sneha and Naveen was the first one to answer. Then Sneha Bharangar said, then Rohit said, all of you doing absolutely great. And my dear children, so happy to see your participation. Those of you who got your answers wrong, please do not be disheartened. It happens. This is not your final examination. This is how you learn. Okay, chalo. Now 13th question says, what does it say? The growth of tendrils in pea plant is due to what? The growth of tendrils in pea plant is due to. What do you mean by tendrils? Have you seen that? A normal plant over here, my dear children, it would be having the spiral structure. This is known as tendril. And they are asking you, how is this tendril formed? Options: effect of gravity, effect of chemicals, rapid cell division in tendrilar cells that are away from the support, rapid cell division in tendrilar cells in contact with the support. Okay, let me see. This question would be known for those of you who read the NCERT properly. So Naveen says A, Sneha says A, Rohit says C. A, B, C, D. What is the correct answer? So same thing applies over here. Remember we studied about auxin, no? So here also, suppose this is the tip of the tendril, okay? And here you have this support. I have just made the support like that. Whatever auxin is there, it will move this side. It will be moving this side, that is away from it. That means in the region which do not have the support. Now what happens, basically when auxin moves over here, the cells will take it, and this side of the cell will get elongated. These cells will be elongated, the other cells over here will be still small, because here the auxin concentration is less. And when this happens, my dear children, what will happen? It will move around the support, and that is how the tendril is able to climb. So basically, rapid cell division in tendrilar cells that are away from the support. Do you think that would be the answer for this question? Western DE. What do you think is the answer for this question? Okay, I'll give some time for all of you to attempt, and by then, my dear children, over here you have this textbook. If at all anyone wants help with competency based question, I think you should be buying this. If at all you need it, we can make it available for you in the market, but for that you have to let us know, otherwise we'll never know. Just give me a quick second, okay? We. Okay. Just give me a quick second. C or A? C or A? A is definitely wrong because it is not showing geotropism. Effect of chemicals can be partially correct because hormones are chemicals. Now, rapid cell divisions in the tendricular cells that are away from the support would be more correct. But here, actually, more than cell division, cell elongation happens. Okay, more than cell division, it is responsible for elongation of the cell, which is why there could be a tie-up between both of these options. Okay, they promote it, but here also. But anyways, I think the better option, the most correct option would be C. So those of you who said the answer is C, you guys are correct. It anyway cannot be A, it anyway cannot be D as well, because the region away from the support is the one that will undergo cell division as well as cell elongation, but predominantly cell elongation. Okay, predominantly cell elongation. So this answer would be the correct answer that you have. So let me see who all gave me the C option. So I told you, right? I'll read the names of the people and by then try to solve this question. So Rohit said C and Naveen said C or A. So both of you, kudos. Others who tried, kudos to you as well. Super going. Okay, and do not be sad, it happens. It totally happens, it's totally fine. We will do better than in the next question, right? So try out this question. The shape of guard cells changes in what? The shape of guard cells changes due to change in what? You know guard cells? So the stomata which is there, suppose you have the leaf, my dear children, and the leaf, there are some stomatal cells like this. Okay, so over here the space is known as stomata through which water is going to go out. The cell surrounding it, it's known as guard cell. It is known as guard cell. So whenever it has too much amount of water in it, it is stiff like this. It is stiff like this. Okay, and over here what will happen, my dear children? There will be space for air to get in and get out. But once it loses water, the cells would be like this. There won't be any space. I'll say stomata is what? Closed. So over here the shape of the guard cell changes due to what? Now you can tell me the answer, right? C, exactly, Darking, exactly, Naveen, Sneha Jaiswal, Rohit, Darking, Western Day, every one of you are absolutely correct. It's the amount of water in the cells. Now I see the full josh coming in. Superb. Okay. Okay, did I show you the answer as well? Okay, just a second. I showed you the answer for the next question. Okay, we'll solve this first. Which of the following endocrine glands, okay, which of the following endocrine glands is unpaired? Try this question. Naveen, life process of plant shrink or shrivel depend on the water. Exactly. Cool. Superb. So try this. Which of the following endocrine gland is unpaired? Endocrine gland means what? Endocrine means hormone releasing gland. And you are asked which is unpaired, which does not have a pair. Darking says the answer is Sia. No, guys. Chumma, don't guess. Let's try it out. Okay, Gulam is here. Rohit says the answer is B. Okay, Gulam is here. Hi, Gulam. And Gulam also says the answer is B. Superb. Superb, children. Darking also says the answer is B. Okay. Is the answer B? Where is adrenal glands, my dear children? As Sneha Jaiswal also says the answer is. Sneha is someone who has been consistent from the first point of the live session. Great. So, if you have seen our kidneys, okay, at the top of it we have a cap-like structure. So this is the adrenal gland. You have a pair of it. If we talk about testis, there is a pair of testis in the case of male. If we talk about ovary, there is a pair of ovary. But if we talk about pituitary gland, this is the unpaired single gland out there. Remember always, okay, remember always one very, very important thing. Pituitary gland has two lobes. It looks like this. It has two lobes which looks like this, but this is one gland itself. There is no pair of gland. So your answer for this question would be B. Okay, your answer for this question would be B, pituitary. Okay, and the gland looks like this. Does anyone know where is our pituitary gland located? Chalo, let me see that. Batao. Where is our pituitary gland located? So we already studied that it is unpaired. Any guesses where is it located? Something out of the box. And do you know what hormone does it release? So Gulam, Ashraf, Gulam, Rohit and Dark King, Sneha, all of you guys were correct. Give me this one more answer. Where do you think the pituitary gland is located in our body? This is also super important. Rohit says brain. Dark King says below hypothalamus. Naveen says anterior. Okay, anterior and posterior lobe. That's what you're saying. Good. Kudos. So basically, yes, it is there in our brain. Okay, it's there in our brain. Hypothalamus and pituitary, both of them are located very close to each other. Okay, chalo. Now going ahead with the next question out there. Try out this question. Match column 1 with column 2 and select the correct answer using the codes given in the columns. So column 1, olfactory receptors, thermoreceptors, gustatory receptors, photoreceptors, and over here tongue, nose, everything is given. So you have to tell that. What is the answer for this question? Yes, Sneha, growth hormone is actually released by our, pituitary gland. Absolutely correct. Sneha, Gulam, all of you. Okay, I think I got my answers a little late, which is why I couldn't read out your names. But now I am. Superb. So children, have you subscribed to the channel yet? If at all not, make sure you subscribe to it right away and share it with your friends as well. We have so many things coming up. This is a baby channel. It has just been born. Okay, within only 2 months are there. Only 2 months have been there where it has been operational. And we have a bigger channel that's known as Deeksha Karnataka. So this is a sub channel that we have for class 10th grade champions. So all of you, please share it with your friends. Okay. So over here, Rohit is saying the answer is C. Is Rohit correct? Naveen also says it's C. Dark King has a different answer. He says it's D. Okay. Anyone to challenge both of them and say that no, none of your answers are correct? The answer is A. Agamjeet Singh, very good evening, dear. So in Agamjeet's name only there is Jeet. So let's see Agamjeet will win or not. So over here, my dear children, I see C and D as the options that you're giving me. Let me see. So olfactory receptors, I told you, all has something to do with oil and we get the smell of oil. So olfactory receptors are there in our nose. They are responsible for smell. Okay. Dark King and Sneha also says it's D. Okay, fine. So A goes with R. A goes with R. I have 3 options. Can I eliminate this option? Yes, I can. This is known as elimination method. Now, since I'm not sure about the other options, let's see for the other options. Okay. Photoreceptors, I do not know about. This is very easy for me. Photo means something it has to do with eye, right? It has to do with eye because with the help of eye only we are able to see light and everything. So D goes with Q. D goes with Q. So D goes with Q. Do I have an option like that? I have 2 options, which is why I will eliminate the other option as well. Fine. Now we are having these 2 things. So thermoreceptors, when we have temperature, where do we check? We check over here in the skin. So B has to go with S. B has to go with S. B has to go with S. I just have 1 option and all of you who said D is correct. Let's see who said D. So Dark King was the first person to say it's D and then Sneha followed up saying it's D. Kudos to you. Rohit and Naveen, it's totally fine. Okay, you gave the other options first, but it is totally fine. Things happen. But now I hope it's crystal clear to you guys, right? Because anyway, you guys were giving me the correct answers. So in between, mistakes are totally fine. Chalo, this is clear. Let's go with the next option out there. Let's see. 18th question. Consider the following statements. Immediate response to stimulus is shown by mimosa pudica. What is mimosa pudica? Chui mui plant, touch me not plant. Okay. So immediate response to stimulus as in, for example, when we touch, it closes up soon. Is it correct or not? That is correct, right? It is correct. You tell me if it's correct or not. Anyways, stems are positively geotropic while roots are negatively geotropic. Is this statement correct or false? Is this statement correct or false? Stems are positively geotropic. What do you mean by geotropism? So here in geotropism, the stimulus is gravity. Okay, it is what? Gravity. So anything that moves towards gravity will show positive geotropism. Anything that moves away from gravity will show negative geotropism. Okay, so usually the stem goes up and it is against gravity. So stem is showing what? Negative geotropism, and roots goes inside towards the gravity. So it will show positive geotropism. But do you think the statement here it is right or wrong? What do you think? Stems are positively geotropic. Wrong, Baba. It will be negatively geotropic. Roots are negatively geotropic. Wrong. It will be positively. So Rohit says the answer for this question would be A. Naveen says it's A. Okay. Roots are always positively geotropism. Kudos. So your answer is actually A. The only correct statement over here is 1. The first one. This is wrong. Okay, shall we go ahead? So let's see the answer. Answer is 1. All of you got it. Is there any confusion? You can ask me straight away. You do not have to think that, okay, what will ma'am think? Agamjeet also said the answer is A. So those children, Sneha, kudos dear, it's A only. Awesome. Chalo. Next question. So those of you who got the previous answer wrong, be careful over here, read out the question carefully and then tell me the answer, okay? Consider the following statements. Growth hormone is secreted by adrenal glands, okay? And spinal cord originates from the cerebellum. Spinal cords originate from the cerebellum, and what do you have? Growth hormone is secreted by the adrenal gland. What do you think is the answer for this question? Children, can you tell me the answer like this? 19 A, B, C, D. So it will be easy for me to tell whether you are telling the correct answer or not. Suppose you gave me 18th question answer and I am saying no, you're wrong. Then Agarjeet says it's A. Are you solving the 19th question? Rohit says it's D. Okay. Children, say the answer like this. 19 A, B, C, D. It will be easy for me. Naveen says it's B. Okay. So, growth hormone is secreted by adrenal glands is a wrong statement, because growth hormones is actually secreted by pituitary gland. It is secreted by what? The pituitary gland. Exactly, Rohit. Okay. Now, Sneha Jaiswal also said B, and Agamjeet was the first person to follow my statement and say 19A. Okay, good. At least you put the answer like this. Super awesome. But let me see the answer is correct or not. Now, spinal cord originates from the cerebellum. So, anyway, first statement is wrong. Spinal cord, does it originate from the cerebellum? No. The brain which is there, here you have a part that is known as cerebellum. Okay, if you see the brain structure, it looks almost like this, right? It looks almost like a tree, right? So over here, this part of this brain is going to give rise to what? The spinal cord. What do you call this part? You call this part as brain stem. Brain stem. And it is made up of three things. One is your midbrain. Next two parts is your pons and medulla. The pons and medulla, which is a part of your hindbrain. So, two parts of your hindbrain and your midbrain together forms the brainstem, which gives rise to your, what do you call, the spinal cord. So, this particular statement is also wrong, because cerebellum is somewhere over here. Cerebellum is somewhere over here and it has nothing to do with the spinal cord. Cerebellum is a part of the hindbrain but does not help in the formation of spinal cord. So my dear children, yes, Naveen says spinal is an extension of medulla, and yes, exactly. Okay, so your answer for this question, this and this statements both are wrong. So neither 1 or 2 is correct. So your answer would be D. And let me see who gave me the correct answer. So Rohit was the person who gave me the correct answer. Everyone else tried, and I'm super proud of you for trying. And also Naveen told me spinal is an extension of medulla. Kudos. Okay, so your answer is neither 1 or 2. Here you are asked what statements are correct. So always when these type of questions come, please underline what are you asked. Are they asking you what is not correct? Are they asking you what is correct? That way we can go. Yes, Neha. Yes, kudos. The answer is D. Now we have the 20th question. Okay, so here I have the picture. For those of you who do not understand, So see, this is the pons and this is the medulla. At the back of it, you have the structure green color. This is the cerebellum. So it has nothing to do with what you call spinal cord. This is the one that gives rise to the spinal cord. And your midbrain is also a part of it. Cool? Now, 20th question, which accounts to be the last question over here. In our actions of writing and talking, our nervous system communicates with the muscles. Just so, when we write, when we talk, does our nervous system actually communicate with our muscles? That is assertion. Reason says, cranial nerves and spinal nerves form the peripheral nervous system. What do you mean peripheral nervous system? So basically the brain and the spinal cord, it is the part of CNS, what do you call central nervous system. Any nerves arising from the brain and also the spinal cord, which is known as, this is known as cranial nerves, this is known as what do you call the spinal nerves. Together they form the peripheral nervous system. Only the nerves, they form the peripheral nervous system. So this statement, if you see, my dear children, cranial nerves and spinal nerves form the peripheral nervous system. The statement individually is definitely correct. Okay, so Naveen is saying B, Sneha is saying D, and no, Sneha, I think it's for the previous answer, sorry. Rohit says 20, the answer is C. Assertion is true, but the reason is false. Do you think so? Do you think so? So, assertion is actually correct. When we write or talk, the nervous system actually what you call coordinates with our muscles. That is why everything is moving. We are able to do all of this thing. So this statement is correct. This statement also is correct. Cranial nerves, the nerves originating from the brain, and the spinal nerves, the nerves originating from the spinal cord, together forms the peripheral nervous system. That is also correct. But does this explain this? No. This does not explain this. Agramjit says the answer for this question is D. Okay. Dear children, the answer for this question is B. And who gave me the answer like that? It was Naveen who said B. Okay, Agamjit, it's totally fine. Rohit, it's totally fine. Everyone who didn't gave me the correct answer, it's totally fine. It happens. Okay, I got confused. Yes. So your answer for this question would be B. It's not the reason. The reason does not explain the assertion. Okay? B is the answer. Are you getting it? Now, my dear children, there is a question that I somehow gave the answer. I already marked the answer, which is why I didn't show you the question. This was the question. Involuntary actions in the body are controlled by. So it is medulla in the hindbrain. So medulla, always remember, is always responsible for what do you call controlling all the involuntary actions, something that we are not in our control. For example, breathing, heartbeat, blood pressure, everything is controlled by medulla. Always remember it. And now, Rohit, it's totally fine, da. It's totally fine. I am super happy that actually you guys, every one of you, came over here and tried doing these questions. Class 9 Priyu. Answer is C. Okay, dear, I did not know which question you were attempting, but I'm so happy that glad that you are trying it out. So I want to read out the names of the children who are there actively from the beginning. So starting with Sneha, we have Sneha, and then we have two Snehas, Sneha Jaiswal and Sneha Bharangar. We had Gulam, we had Rohit, we had Naveen, Daking, Agamjeet. Okay. Naveen, everyone out there, and now the new children are coming up, class 9 Priyu. So all of you doing absolutely great. So Sonu sir is saying, hello ma'am, I'm worried about my board examination. Why to worry when we are here, right? So my dear children, please start prepping as of now. So we usually think boards will be coming so late in the month of February, we'll do it aram se. But please don't do that. Start from today onwards. If at all you think you have finished your course, start solving the previous year questions. And this is the best way to study. Okay, this is the best way to study. Start by solving PYQs. Over here we are solving the 1 marker questions in the live, and there is 2, 3, 5 marker questions that we are doing in recorded format. My name is Rahul Ved. Yes, hi Rahul. Okay, Alam, there is only 5 students. Yeah, Baba, there is only 5 students because this is a baby channel, a very new channel. So how does the baby grow? When basically over here, every channel which is out there grows with your love. So please pouring in, please do not stop pouring in your love. Please show us your love in the form of subscribers, in the form of shares. As I said, we have a bigger channel. It's Deeksha Karnataka. This is the baby channel of that channel. We've just launched it for you guys for 10th graders since your examinations are gonna come up. So we thought we should be doing something good for you, and that is why we are here. The only reason that we are here, we are putting in our efforts for you guys. So you also please share it with all of your friends, and the next live, okay, you all should be there right over here. I'll be waiting for you. I remember all of your name, okay? And Sneha is saying your English so wonderful. Thank you so much, dear. Sorry, not Sneha, class 9th Priyu. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, we have 85 days or close to that. I don't remember the exact date, but yeah, we have days remaining for the boards, but we do have pre-boards and things like that. And I'm telling you, when I was a student, okay, when I was a student, I used to be like, okay, wait, I'll do study later. And I didn't even realize how days passed by doing this later things. And later on, when the actual day come, you have so many things to do. You have record works to do, you have to give your assignments, this and that, such that we do not get time to study. And moreover, we call the other children out there and ask, how much have you completed? Bahut khatam kar liya? And then we get tensed. So please don't do that. Laptop book, love you ma'am, love you too dear. Okay, Naveen B is reply. Okay, Naveen B, dear, which question? Okay, you have solved this question. A voluntary action such as writing on a paper is controlled by the part of the brain called cerebellum, pons medulla. What would be the answer for this question? Naveen says the answer is B. Okay, I'll keep this as a suspense and I'll get back to it in the next live. Until then, please comment down your answers. And Naveen, you're going great. And all of you who are there, you're going absolutely great. Okay, how many years your experience? So many years, dear. It's been a long time. Okay, so chalo. Then see you soon. And those of you who know the answer for this question, in the comment section, not here in the live chat, in the comment section, give me the answer. I'll pin the comment. I'll like the comment. Okay, so make sure you're doing that. It will be really good. Okay, it will be a motivation for those of them who are not attempted. They will try to attempt it because of you guys. Okay, so see you soon. I hope you love this this particular session. If at all yes, then as I said, do not forget to hit on the subscribe button and share it with your friends. Agamjeet, thank you so much. You guys are also super beautiful, even though I do not see you, but I know you guys are super beautiful by heart, which is why you are over here. Ma'am. Okay. How much, ma'am, you got in both? I got more than 90%. Okay. So, children, I'll wrap up then. That's all for today. Wishing you all the best and see you. Take care of yourselves. And that's all. Bye-bye. Okay.